4 special individuals joined together to team up, to go on adventures, to find treasure, and to right the wrongs of the world. Join us now for the next Gen Role Player. Welcome everybody to Next Gen Role Players. This is episode 11 for those of you that are counting out there. We're missing a couple of our members right now, hoping they're going to show up here soon. So we'll kind of hang out and talk. This is a good example, guys. Sometimes you get a game set, especially if you're meeting in person. You get a game set. Everybody's supposed to come over, and then somebody's missing. So then you're texting them like, "Are you on your way? Are you still going to make it?" Because you're trying to figure out if the game's going to be able to happen or not. Because it's not real easy to have a game with 2 of our members missing. So hopefully they'll be here shortly.
Gotcha.
For those watching, the group it continues to fight their way through the goblin cave, and they'd heard after their last battle with a gelatinous cube, which apparently they had a lot of fun with that, little everybody's got room for Jello, right? So anyway, so they they had the gelatinous cube that they defeated, and then they'd heard the sounds of animals that kind of sounded like possibly wolves further in the cave. And maybe coming closer.
The Jello's high in vitamin D. It's full of acid.
A really interesting thing about gelatin, and I did not know this until I was older, meaning, but beyond your guys' age, that gelatin, and it may not be so any longer, but it used to be made from the bone marrow of animals.
Oh, I know.
It's kind of freaky, right, TeraNix? Your eyes are really wide. You're like, oh my gosh, what? Like,
bones,
I don't know if it was chicken bones
or... in the first place, and now I like it less.
No, we're learning about Jello.
Yeah.
The first time I heard that was from a stand-ups joke.
Well, it's true, which is the weird thing. People that have allergies, like the alpha-gal allergy, where they can't eat anything that's red meat. They can't have Jello either because of the bone marrow that was used to make the Jello. That's pretty wild. You don't think of, I guess if you're a true vegan, you couldn't have Jello either. So,
Gotcha.
It's just fascinating. It's weird, something weird to talk about.
I found a spell again. That's the only funny thing about it's the material once again.
Right. Yeah, because you were talking before we went live about some of the materials for your spells, because you're using the material components along with it.
What kind of spells do I have? Acid Splash? Okay, that's not material. No. I'm going to try finding.
It'd be funny if Acid Splash, the material, would actually be a bottle of acid, right? You'd be like, well, I could just throw it on them myself without casting a spell. But...
Yeah. Color spray. The material. A pinch of powder or sand that is colored red, yellow, and blue. Hold on. Pocket sand. Ha ha ha. or from King of the Hill. I don't remember.
And how do you get it colored red, white, and blue, right? How do you get those colors of sand? Specialty shops, I know. Your magic shops and specialty shops to be able to sell your components.
Yeah.
Most of the time when I play spellcasters, I find a way to have some sort of focus so I don't have to worry about the materials and track it. Some DMs are really into making people track all their materials and do all of that. If people want to track it, that's great if they're having fun doing it. But for me, it just seems like a lot to keep track of. But some of them are fun to read. So, what other funny ones do you have there?
This one I don't have, but I found that I think is way too absurd for a material. 3rd level. Conjure Barrage.
Uh-huh.
The material, 1 piece of ammunition or a thrown weapon.
So maybe a dagger or
When I think
an
of
arrow or something like that if it's ammunition or a thrown weapon, yeah?
I was thinking if I had this lead pellet.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Dad. A rock. That could work.
Yeah, because you can throw a rock.
Hold on. I'm trying to find a good one. Volley, conjure volley, same thing. Cordon of arrows, 4 or more arrows. How's my sharp, pointy sticks? Just throws them. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Create or destroy water. A drop of water. If sand or water. That's. Wait a minute. You're using sand to soak up the water, or you use 1 drop of water to make more water.
That and a lot of magic.
Yeah, this is really. They're just jokesters, aren't they?
It'll be interesting to see what changes are coming with some of the spell components and stuff with the new 5e books coming out later this year and early next year. Yeah, there's a player's guide coming out in a month or so, and then a DM's guide, and then early next year a monster's manual.
Wow.
So it's like a new version, but not. I'm also looking into some other games that are similar to D&D that may be something that would interest me, just because there's enough other things out there now that have some really interesting components. DC 20 is really interesting to me. It's in Kickstarter right now. The Tales of the Valiant looks really interesting. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with D&D.
Yeah. Just to make everyone afraid, we'll call it 5.5.
Yeah, yep.
Or 6th edition, just to stir even more panic.
Well, they didn't want people to stop buying the 5e stuff, and they made everything backwards compatible, and so they're trying to make it, this is like the final version, we're just going to do regular updates to it. I don't know. We'll see how it works. Wizards of the Coast has kind of burnt some bridges with me, so
yeah, I seen your article about D&D Beyond.
Yep.
A friend of mine tried to use it and got the books, the source books specifically, just to make more characters, make more
right.
ideas, campaigns. He had to pay twice for a book.
Oh. That's not good.
Oh.
That is painful. Well, and before they made their change last month, you could go in and say, okay, I want to get a spell from this book, but I don't really need that campaign level because we're not really doing whatever, right? And you could go and you could buy a spell, or you could buy a group of spells, or you could buy what I did sometimes for different people is they wanted to play a specific type of character that was in this book, but we weren't really going to be using that. A good example of that was Spelljammers. I have a guy that one of the groups I'm playing in who wanted to be an astral elf, which is kind of cool, but we weren't really going to do the whole Spelljammers flying through space thing for what we were doing.
Yeah.
So I didn't really need to buy the book, but I just bought the class, which worked out great. Now, if I want to buy the class, I have to buy the whole book from now on, which kind of is frustrating.
Yeah, I mean,
But
Spelljammer,
uh-huh.
it's kind of a no-brainer for me. I mean, if you want to play D&D space, go play Starfield. What this father. Spelljammer is interesting.
That's interesting.
For a player, I think this would be amazing experience, but for a DM, it'd be a long, arduous trip.
Well, I don't mind taking on challenges if I've got people that want to play it. It's always just a matter of having people committed to play it, because I don't want to spend my resources of money and time on something, play for 2 sessions, and then if everybody quits.
Yeah.
So that's always it. And I bought plenty of books when I was younger, like in high school and college, and got some really cool stuff. Got real excited about it, and then everybody that was going to play decided not to play, and then I just kind of wasted my money doing it.
Yeah.
So, it's what it is. We figure it out. We go on. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with D&D. We'll see what happens with some of these other games. Critical Role's game Daggerheart looks really interesting also.
I hate to say it, Critical Role is kind of overrated.
I get that.
Well, I'm gonna get hunted down.
By certain people, you can say that here. I like Critical Role. I really enjoyed season 1, or basically their original mission. I love those characters. The second one I'm watching now, I'm getting caught up on, and I'm caught up on the 3rd season that's going on. So I understand when you said you think that they may be overrated. They're voice actors, and they're having a good time being voice actors and playing, and they're making a lot of money doing it. They have a lot of fans and creating some interesting games. Daggerheart looks really interesting. The whole idea that you can use an action with somebody else and you can do a tag team thing is a cool ability. I know that's also true in the DC 20. They're talking about that, which is cool. So you don't have to just wait for somebody else's move. If you and TeraNix wanted to join up together and you were going to use a spell to push her over the bad guy can get hit with the spell, and she could be over there instant to him to stab or whatever. That's kind of a cool thing to be able to do. And also it's interesting thing. One of the interesting things about the Critical Role Daggerheart is they don't play it in when you go to fight, you don't roll initiative. You just kind of go when you want to. But if you do something that fails, then it's the bad guy's turn. So the bad guy doesn't get a turn until you do something that fails. So everybody can go through and do things, and then once somebody fails, then it goes over to the bad guy, which is an interesting way to go.
Yeah.
So you better have beefy bad guys. That's all I'm saying, because you get hit.
I don't think they won't. I don't think they will not deliver.
No, I think they will. They've been play testing it and promoting it. I think it'll do very well. I think it'll definitely take some people away from D&D, especially I assume season 4 of Critical Role. I'm assuming they're getting towards the end of season 3. When season 4 hits, I assume they'll use Daggerheart instead. And then when everybody's watching them play every week, I think it'll become really popular. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, there's some cool stuff out there.
Right. The only I'm just worried about people comparing it to how an actual campaign is like.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Well, Yeah, you can't compare watching Critical Role to how a real campaign is going to happen because your players aren't trained actors like these guys are. Your DM has, Matt Mercer is an amazing DM for one. He's just an incredible DM. He's been DM for a long time. I have great admiration for him, but he's also an actor and knows how to do all the different voices. And basically he's not doing a whole lot of voice acting right now. He's spending most of his time creating this. So they're actually getting paid to spend their time to create their environment and do all that and prepare their characters. So it's just a little different level. It's a good introduction on how the game is played, but you're not gonna get into a group that has all voice actors that are highly invested in their characters constantly. I mean, you're more likely to have a character who wants to just go and take off everybody's head that he kills, just like we do.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I wonder where Noenark and Azana is. So
hold on. Think up an Oregon Trail joke. Come on.
I was going to say that to quote the 1989 Batman movie, you could say, "They're at home, watching their dice." Just like the Joker said about Batman. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll wait a little bit longer. If they don't show up here in just a little bit, we'll just have to play next time. I don't know. Nobody's watching us right now, so nobody's going through the pain of sitting here and having us just talk about whatever. But so, what do you think, TeraNix? What's going on? You're both now on summer break from school. School's out for the summer. Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
How's that going?
I still have like summer reading to do, but that's about it.
There you go.
Mhm.
That's not bad.
Yep.
How about you, Yorrinn? What you doing on your summer break here?
Well, I'm helping my babysit.
All right. That's a good thing.
Just helping around.
Those are good things to do. Any big plans this summer, guys?
Not really, but I'm just pretty much winging it. I'm visiting. Me and my friends are all most of the time having get-togethers and.
Oh, that's awesome. There you go. That's what summer during your teen years should be about: getting together and hanging with the friends.
Because our friend moved to Texas. Every year after school, we always meet in West Plains.
Nice.
Have a get together, hang out, just pull off crazy shenanigans, and it's ridiculous most of the time.
All right.
Always wanna kept the I remember our friend. He was being ridiculous with candy cigarettes he got from the store.
Oh yeah, candy cigarettes.
Oh,
didn't know they still sold those.
Oh yeah, they do. They're still around.
Oh yeah.
Space. What?
If you're eating a candy cigarette, you got to make sure the end with the little red mark is on the outside. You don't eat that till the end.
Yeah.
How about you, TeraNix? Any big plans this summer?
It's not for sure, but for like my birthday sometime in July, we're gonna go to the Crescent Hotel.
Nice. Gonna go ghost hunting at the Crescent?
I hope so.
All right.
If we're able to book a room, we're gonna spend the night. Maybe.
Oh wow! There you go. You have to let us know if you have any haunting experiences, because I know some people do. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, my birthday's in July also, so it's coming up for us.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, on. What was it? Oh, yeah. What was it? I'm thinking. As what was it? I saw some spells that uh, me and Dad like to pull off powerful stuff in general with level 1 to 3 spells
Uh-huh.
and cantrips. And, well, I think sleep is broken.
Well, sleep only works if the person you're using it on constitution is below a certain level.
Let me check.
So, and you can upcast it to be higher, but yeah, that's
Oh,
that's the challenge with sleep is they have to have a constitution or a hit point, not constitution, a hit point
yeah.
below a certain amount.
Yeah, creature's hit points must be equal to or less than the remaining total for that creature to be effective. What's amazing, it's a blast radius.
Mm-hmm. Well, but it only affects one creature at a time with that too. Takes the one with the lowest, and then
Yeah.
so it can be very effective. I actually had somebody who cast it in another game I was playing, and it didn't affect the bad guys at all because their hit points are up. And then one of the bad guys got hit, and their hit points dropped below, and so instantly he fell asleep. So because it's a concentration spell, so he was able to keep that up, and then once that person got hurt enough, then they fell asleep. So because they failed their roll, it's an interesting spell.
I feel bad for them, honestly. Uh,
You guys have any questions for me? Anything you want to know? Any thoughts you're having?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So about the wolves, is there a way I could like tame one, like keep as a
Maybe
pet?
that's possible.
All right.
You would have to use animal handling. Do you have a way to talk to the animals?
I don't think so.
Because there is a speak to animal spell, but you may not have that. But I know that one of your teammates does have that spell. Now, you'd have to talk to animals and then also have someone convince them, but it's possible. And you could also rescue one from something.
Nice.
So, yeah, there's always that possibility. I've got somebody who their group fought a dryad, which is this bottom half spider, top half human creature. I know, right? They're kind of cool. So, and the dryad got killed, but she had a bunch of eggs in this room. And so I had somebody take one of her eggs. And so he's been making animal handling checks, talking to the egg, trying to convince it when it hatches that he's his daddy. So, yeah.
Pretty cool.
So you can do those things, and sometimes they will work, and sometimes they won't. But yeah,
I found some in a D&D wiki.
yeah,
I found April Fool's class homebrew classes. They're amazing. One of my favorites is the dad class.
the dad class. Do we just tell bad jokes?
Hold on. Let's see your features. Hold on. Dad bod, dad jokes, and handyman. Second level, fatherly advice.
Oh, yeah,
Third,
there you
jack of
go.
third, you get jack of all trades.
There
Fourth,
you go.
ability score. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Fifth level. Let me help you with that. Extra attack. Sixth, distraction action. Seventh, he who smelt it. Um, eighth level. Eighth level ability score improvement. Elderly archetype.
Elderly archetype. That's offensive.
I don't know. 10th level, you get senior discount.
Senior discount. Wow, that's offensive.
this it is a April Fool's.
I know. I'm just
Um,
joking.
hold on. 12th, who's a good boy? Um, hold on. 16th level, Stink Eye.
Oh, the stink
14th
eye.
level, 14th level, the unrelenting parent. As the dad jokes does. See the vicious mockery cantrip. Your Laffy Taffy quality jokes and bad puns cause psychic damage. Some of your dad features require you to require your target to make a saving throw to resist the effects. The saving throw is calculated as follows: Head dad save DC equals 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom modifier.
That's pretty good.
Vicious mockery.
Yeah, Vicious Mockery is one. I love that spell. That's a great spell for bards. That's a bard spell there. Come back and I'll talk to you a second time.
Yeah. Hold on. The elderly archetype. You could be a grandpa or a grumpy old man.
Get off my lawn. You goblins, get off my lawn. There you
Oh, what was those old shopping carts?
go.
Uh, at the local Ramey's. Um, yeah, electric scooter. Thanks, Dad.
Oh, the scooters. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. This on Stink Eye. Let's see. All opponents, their feet within you make a Wisdom saving throw against your dad save DC. On a failed save, their initiative is at -5, and each opponent has disadvantage on its next 2 attacks against you or your allies. On a successful effect, a save.
You know the weakness there for the dad character would be the the wife character for the dad. All she has to do
Oh
is give
no!
him. All she has to do is give him the look, and then yeah, your dad characters. I mean, you have to roll a pretty high wisdom saving throw to avoid the look and survive that.
Mm. Oh. Oh no! I got another joke character for you. It's the Bud Knight.
The Bud Knight.
He's the mascot for Bud Light, that beer commercial. Uh, you are the Bud Knight. Hold on, wait. Third level feature, canned beverage. Sort of intoxication.
Sort of intoxication. Here you go.
Oh boy. All right.
Wendy's put out some put out a thing for D&D. I don't know 4 or 5 years ago that you could download. It had a whole D&D adventure set in the Wendy's kind of world. It was interesting.
Hold on, I gotta Google this up. Oh my goodness. Wait.
Yeah, I got the
Oh.
PDF of it somewhere.
Hold on. Can I get that? Can I? Feast of Legends. Hold on.
Feast of Legends. Yeah.
rise from the deep freeze. What?
Well, I think we're going to wait about 5 more minutes, guys, and then we're going to call it just
Yeah.
because, we're just all sitting here. Hopefully,
Yeah.
all having a little bit of fun, at least. I know I am. But
What's with these character archetypes with the Wendy's?
the Wendy's is funny because the Wendy's put it out. They saw that people were into D&D, and they put out a whole D&D thing with it. It's just hysterical.
Alright,
Yeah, I got a whole PDF of them. So yeah.
Hey, Dad. I'm listening. You need to keep your ear out for this one. It's called Orders. Choosing your order will determine what character's specialties are you. What specialties are as you journey through the realm of Beef's Keep. Okay. That's the campaign where it's taking place. I don't know. Order of the Chicken. You can make a chicken sandwich. Order of the Beef. Art of Beef. Dave's Double. Order of the Sides. Order of the Baked Potato.
What?
Order of the Baked Potato. Wait. What? What? I don't know. Don't ask me. Ask the company. What?
Yeah, we need some interesting things with it.
Order of the Frosty. I need to bookmark this. I'm not sure if it's the greatest thing I've ever heard or the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I can't decide.
It could be both.
Yeah, I'd say it's both.
I imagine the DM, okay, we're playing a serious campaign. 5 minutes later, you find yourself in front of an adult black dragon who looks hungry. Roll for initiative. All right, Gambledorf, you go first. What do you do? Gambledorf, cast. Hold on, I gotta go find a spell. Or just something from this book here that would make the serious campaign irrelevant now.
Yep.
Get everything off the floor. Okay. So whenever you're done with your game,
Larry, I've been trying out Fallout 4 and
how was that?
Interesting. I think I grew an extra limb.
Hopefully it's in a place that's helpful.
You could become a Hydra.
That's true.
Oh.
If you cut off 1, 2 more grow back, that'd be even more fun.
Okay. Well, I got rid of all the reds anyway. Well, I got a Tesla cannon.
Oh, nice.
I also got I renamed it and upgraded to the Candelier, but think a grenade launcher that shoots fireballs.
Nice.
What else? I got a semi-autumn, or I got pretty much an M15 that shoots plasma. And I got a pipe pistol that I upgraded the daylights out of.
Nice. Did you see the show on, was it on Amazon?
No, not yet. We're attempting to.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Well, guys, I don't know what's happened to our other cohorts with Azana and Noenark, but I think we're going to call it a game. Even though we didn't get to play anything, I apologize that we didn't get to play anything tonight. So I'll check with your parents to see when we can do it next. I don't know if probably be in 2 weeks. It sounded like that was going to be the consistency that people were wanting. So it'll probably be in 2 weeks, but if we can make it work next week, we'll do that since we didn't get to really do anything tonight. So.
Yeah.
For
Please be-
anybody watching us later, thanks for tuning in for us doing absolutely nothing but just chit chatting. But we had a good time doing it, so
It was a team effort.
it was a
I'm
team
proud of
effort.
myself.
Exactly.
My sorcerer's skills are unmatched.
See, there
Y'all
you go.
Yeah. Oh. It's
Well,
beautiful.
for me, this is Larry Litle of GeekyKOOL.com. It's geeky with cool with a K, like Cool in the Gang, for those of you that are old school. Check us out. We do have a really cool website where we post stuff all the time. So check it out when you get a chance. We will be back hopefully either next week or in 2 weeks. We should be back and actually playing then. So we'll see you all there. For me and my next gen role players, you all have a great night and stay geeky out there, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.